These are the 3 things that made Iman Gaddzhi rich at only 18.
Made me a millionaire was turning my phone on airplane mode. Pretty much the first 3 years of my business was built pretty much entirely while my phone was on airplane mode. And I'll explain why. You see, most people think that the reason they are not a millionaire is because of lack of energy, like they don't have enough energy or motivation to do something, or a lack of knowledge, understanding, and they think these are usually the 2 main reasons why. That is actually incorrect in 90% of cases. In 90% of cases, the thing that they lack is focus, because if you have focus, then you will do the work, and doing the work and getting into that state of flow actually gives you that energy and motivation. And when you are someone who can sit down and focus on a task for a prolonged period of time, you will inevitably get the knowledge and information that you need in order to make $1 million. So this is why putting your phone on airplane mode is so important, because ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world where there's constant notification, constant distractions. So, most people, the phone isn't enough. Most people have, an Apple Watch with notifications going on 24/7, and their computer is binging here and binging there. You need to reclaim your focus. You should not let anyone rob you of the most important thing that you have, which is your focus and your attention. So this
is actually extremely true. And even this is very true for myself. Even when sometimes I'm recording videos, the video is usually around 20 minutes before I edit anything. And even sometimes say I edit at 3-minute sections. And after that 3-minute section, I'm done editing it. I sometimes find myself scrolling on things like Instagram, YouTube, or I just find myself distracted by my phone, or even sometimes the computer that I'm editing on. And one thing that works really well for me is not just putting my phone in airplane mode, because I just don't need my phone while I'm editing. I usually put my phone pretty far from me, so I'm just less likely to pick it up and get distracted.
That's why in the first 3 years of my business, it didn't matter what I was doing. I made sure my phone was on airplane mode and it was in the other room.
Exactly.
So that way I had no distractions and I could focus single-handedly on my task. Now I know what some of you guys are thinking. No, I actually need my phone. I need notifications. I need to be able to stay connected in order for my work, my career, a new business that I'm starting, etc., etc. And that could for sure be true, but undoubtedly some of the best work that you will do, some of the best deep focus work that you will do will be when your phone is on airplane mode. So, same thing with me.
To get into actual flow state, you need time to just completely focus on 100% of what you're doing. And one way to do that helped me throughout the day, when you find yourself, scrolling on TikTok, scrolling on YouTube or whatever, just mindlessly using your phone for absolutely no reason, take 10 minutes, take 15 minutes, 5 minutes even, to just not use your phone. Maybe go read a book, do something more useful, and then you can go back on your phone or do whatever you were doing.
I built my business, I had to actually have my phone on, I had to stay connected, I had to take Zoom meetings, all that stuff. So I had to be connected. But the first few hours of my day, I always had my phone on airplane mode, and I made sure that I was the one who chose where my attention and my focus was going. Now, if you're in a position where you truly think, you need your phone on pretty much all the time for your work, well, then I just challenge you, at least while you are sleeping at night, put your phone on airplane mode. While you're showering, you don't need your phone on. Try to find these little pockets of time where you challenge yourself to put your phone on airplane mode and make sure that you are the one who is steering your attention and steering your focus. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said, we live in such a crazy world where the standard is so low of focus. The standard is so low because so many people are just sucked in by Instagram, Facebook, YouTube.
Because of all these fast-paced social media platforms and short-form content, it really just robbed us of our attention span, which is
this notification,
extremely true,
etc., etc. TikTok, don't even get me started. And for that reason, as I said, the bar is so low of how much focused output someone can do. So that means that even if you're a person who can put their phone on airplane mode and just focus on tasks for 30 minutes, that already puts you honestly in the top 5%, 3% of the population. So habit number 1 was turning my phone on airplane mode, which was really just to signify a much larger issue that the world is facing, which is a lack of focus. The next habit that made me a millionaire by the age of 18 was choosing the right vehicle. It absolutely breaks my heart to see people who work so incredibly hard, are so dedicated, but yet no matter how hard they work, by the age of 30, they will never even see $1 million. Really, these are people who sacrifice all of their 20s. And the reason that is because they have not chosen the right vehicle. Now, the right vehicle is one of 2 things. It's something where either you're paid very well for your time, or it's something that you can actually use leverage. Now, when I say leverage, I mean you can outsource to people, you can hire.
This is actually extremely true again. It's like that famous phrase, work harder, not smarter, because you can work as hard as you want. You can work maybe 100 hours per week. But if you don't work smart enough, if you're not doing the right thing, you're not going to see that much progress.
Hire people, you can build a product and it can sell without you actually being the person to deliver. Now, the business that I started when I was 16 years old, a lot of you guys probably already know my story, and the business that I've been running for 5.5 years now. The business that I started actually was a tick for both of those. It was something where I was paid very, very well. When I started my business, which is an online boutique marketing agency, at first it was actually a creative agency, the first year and a half, and I was paid good retainers by clients in order to shoot content for them and then actually distribute and grow their social platforms. And that was great, but really after the first 9 months of doing it, I was kind of capped out at around $10,000 to $15,000 a month. So that's when I started to use leverage. I started to hire contractors, and I actually repositioned my offer to run ads for online businesses. And that was really when I started hitting the $100,000 months plus in my business.
Once you actually get enough money to actually hire a whole team, or just hire workers or employees that can actually help you with your business or whatever you're doing, this can help you manage your time better. This can help you produce whatever you're producing more. This can help you, again, work smarter, and you can just get a lot more productive and take a lot more risk actually once you actually have that foundation.
Business. And ladies and gentlemen, since then I've started 3 other businesses in very different industries. So I understand what choosing the right vehicle is and how to actually properly assess these different vehicles. Now, I've said it in many, many podcasts that I've even been, a guest on. I am not the hardest worker, right? There are people, and undoubtedly,
basically exactly what I was saying, right?
Extremely hard to build up my business and then get it to the point where I made my first million by the age of 18. Of course, undoubtedly. But since that point, making well over $15 million more, I didn't do that by being necessarily the hardest worker. I did it by choosing the right vehicles. Now, if you want to choose the right vehicle and the right model for you, I actually made this the last habit that made me a millionaire by the age of 18 was journaling. I really hope that you didn't roll your eyes at that, but hear me out for a second. When you are first getting started with
it's extremely underrated
or self-help, or, really trying to further your career, a lot of times you have a lot of self-doubts. And a lot of times you aren't very self-aware. You don't understand yourself. You don't understand why are you feeling these emotions. Why are you perceiving something a certain way? You don't understand when you're, for example, projecting your own insecurities, your own doubts on a situation. So what journaling is journaling is a way to really hold a mirror at yourself. Now, on the list of attributes that makes a highly successful person, for me, self-awareness is somewhere near the top. Now, journaling every day really, really hones in your self-awareness. And as I said, this is by far one of the most powerful tools when you are trying to get to your first million in life.
Not only that, but it also helps you with things like biases and emotions, which can really limit how much you can do and how much you can complete with whatever you're trying to do.
Every evening, and as I said, that really, really helped me build up my level of self-awareness and understand the mental chains that I was placing on myself and how to break free of those. Now, these days, sometimes I'll go months without journaling, and then I'll go for a month and I'll journal every single day. It's really when I feel as though I need it.
Yeah, that's one of the biggest things. I don't think that journaling every day is that helpful. I think just journaling whenever you feel like it, whenever you think would be best, for example, 2 times a month, once a week even, can be extremely beneficial. So you guys, I really hope you all enjoyed this video. If you guys want to see more, watch this video right here. And as always, thank you for watching.